Hey everyone, today I am back in Chaos Zero Nightmare, where today I'm going to be doing the first Chaos Dungeon run, of which I'm going to be doing a couple. I've set up 6 teams, so hopefully I can get around to doing all 6 runs today, because there's only a few hours left on the closed beta test, so I gotta try and see if I can get through all of them. Now, for the first one, I want to be using the team that I've been playing around with the most in this beta, which are these 3 characters. On the left, we have my tanky characters, the middle is my main DPS, and then on the right we have my buffing character. Now, because these are the ones that I've invested the most in as well, in terms of leveling their passives, their weapon, that kind of stuff, I'm also going to be turning on Deep Chaos mode, which is this thing right here, which is essentially just going to put the game on hard mode, because as you can see, we're going to have a couple of penalties that we'll be playing with. However, we also have some bonuses, like for example increased epiphany chance and a bigger save data file at the end of the run. So if you want to farm those big save files, to then have some very strong characters to use outside of the Chaos Dungeon mode, outside of the roguelike mode, then this is kind of the way to go about it. So, 3 basic cards replaced with neutral cards, extra refreshes, or the next 2 elite battles will have half HP. I don't really like changing my basic cards with neutral cards. I don't really need the shop refreshes, I think, unless I maybe go to a lot of shops. So I think I'm just gonna take the easier elite fights. Not necessarily something that I usually like to do, because I feel like elites are usually fine, but maybe in this harder mode, it might be worth it. Now, I'm quickly gonna see how many elites that I can hit up. I think I can actually hit just about all of them, looking at this. If we just go, I guess we can just go straight here, take a rest area in case we need it, and then we can go and head up here, take the 2 elite bosses. Kind of sad I would miss out on a shop if I take the elite, but it is free gear versus gear bought with coins, and then I can just kind of hit all of them, so that seems like a good idea. Let's just head straight down the middle. Oh, we already get a very good epiphany to start with. I usually like taking instant judgment. There's some really cool upgrades you can get with that card as well. So let's just go ahead and kill that, and then we can maybe kill this too. Yes, we can. And then we can just take our credits and move on. I'm also probably going to be doing mostly runs of the final one. Let's see. Oh, Epiphany, if I get a dice roll 6. That should be doable, right? 11, let's go. Because I've noticed that on the very first Chaos Dungeon, it seems that like this dialogue over here during the random events, you generally can't really skip through it as much. And that's also a really nice card. We can keep that around for when we have a lot of dirge bullets, which hopefully we can get a couple of extra cards for her going, so that I can generate a lot of them, because you do really want to generate as many dirge bullets as possible, so that you can kind of get her rolling, especially with cards like these that ask you to have dirge bullets in your hand to deal bonus damage. With this one, I am going to be taking the counter applies to all enemies. Some nice AoE going. There we go. So in case I can't kill these, that's fine. Because when they attack me now, I'm going to just counter all of them. Sadly enough, only had... No, never mind, I did have 2 counters. So that ends up working out. Let me just kill it right here. Yeah, the main thing with Renoa is that you really want to get those chaos bullets going, or those dirge bullets, because if you don't have those, then sadly enough, she kind of feels bad to play. So we do want to see if we can get some cards going for that. Hopefully we can get a lot of epiphanies on her, which of course, because of Deep Trauma mode, we should be able to get a few extra of that. Now I do kind of want to use this first. Yeah, I guess because otherwise I don't have enough points. If I don't use that card at the beginning because it has the lead effect, otherwise it would not get the 0 cost attached to it. So we can use this, use instant bullet, and then that should trigger the dirge bullet too, which then kills the enemy. So you do kind of want to see what you can play around with sometimes as well. Let's hit up our first elite over here. Make sure we're not taking too much damage either, because of course if we are taking a lot of damage, then things might not go so well because of Deep Trauma mode, because you gain extra, what should I call it, stress meter. So, get ourselves a big shield. Oh, this is a really nice card to get as well. Every time I get a shield, I'm gonna gain a counter stack. And if I can combine that together with the one that gives me counter to all allies or all enemies. Working out quite well. I'm gonna break the enemy here with my ego skill, because breaking the enemy is going to give me one extra point over here, which means that I can then use this skill. And well, it's not enough to kill him, sadly enough, but I got close. Actually, I guess he wasn't attacking me anymore, so I shouldn't actually have done that, but that is fine. Just go ahead and kill him right here. But yeah, I kind of forgot, we took the 50% HP reduction, so... upgrade cards... Do I have many of those? Well, I guess it doesn't matter who uses the upgrade card, right? I'll just give it to her for the extra attack. And I will hit the top rest area, so that we can immediately move in to the next enemy. I'm gonna see if I can pick up some good neutral cards here. Defense-based damage, crystallization 2. Okay. I think I'm gonna be taking this for Magna. Does sound quite nice. Maybe build a little bit into damage for Magna herself as well. We can get it. It is interesting that it doesn't show that they have half HP. I guess it's just the HP bar themselves that is lower. Alright, let's see what card we get. And we get Iron Fist. This could also turn into quite a nice card eventually as well. Right, let's take one out of the fight so that we're at least not going to be taking any damage this turn. We can go ahead and do some extra damage on that. Because if you can get the AoE version on the skill, it actually makes it do a lot of damage. I'm going to be taking the shield here, because let's see, how much damage are they going to be doing? About 60-ish. So I can barely have enough to kind of not take too much damage. And then of course we're getting some big damage in from the counters right here. So that this turn I can just go ahead and pop the last one. So that we're not really too worse for wear. Gain 1 resolve, that's not bad. Resolve makes us get bigger shields. And of course, seeing how one of our characters is all about giving us a lot of shields, it's definitely a good thing to have. See what equipment we get. Gas mask. I don't remember this one being too crazy, but I'll give it to Magna because it gives me more defense. And Magna is of course a defense scaling character. On to the next elite. So this is where they do not have the half HP anymore. So yeah, the HP bars are quite a bit bigger. Well, it's a really nice card to start around with. Now all I need to do is get some more shielding going, but even though I have 2 shield cards, I actually don't really want to use them because the boss is not even going to attack me anyways. So let's just end our turn right there. Let's see what we got. So, I guess I'm just going to take this, give me a bigger shield. I'm going to keep Resolute Attack around until the end of the turn, or like until next turn, to see if I can maybe get some Dirge Bullets, so that I can kind of make it stronger. And well, we can. I guess I'm going to be taking this one first. Oh, we get an upgrade for this too. What do we get? For 1 turn, increase basic attack damage by 150. 1 turn, gain 2 Fortitude. Discard all basic cards, add 1 extra hits per card. I think I'll just take the left one, because I don't really care about gaining Fortitude from this card specifically, because this is more like an offensive card. And discarding all my basics is something that I don't want to do to make this just deal more damage. So I'll just take the left one. And then let's see what we can get over here with this one. Oh, this is really nice. So with this I can either generate 1 Dirge Bullet at the start of each turn, make it deal more damage, or generate 2 Dirge Bullets when I pull this. I think I'm just going to take the upgrade, because that is going to allow me to have one every turn, so that I can kind of buff these cards every time that I do get them. Just finish with these 2 attacks, because the boss is not attacking me anyways. And then we can just kill it next turn. Oh, and we get an upgrade on Ice Fragment 2. Oh, we got a special upgrade on it as well. Crystallization 2, Outbreak of War, really nice to get this. Reduce the cost by 1. But well... Oh, it loses lead if I take this. But does it also get the 0 cost? Quite sure. This gives a Crystallization 4. I think I'm just gonna go with Outbreak of War, because this means that I will get it just at the start of a fight. And then we'll always just have that buff active, basically permanently, which is going to be very powerful. Weaken immunity, some extra defense, don't really care too much about that one. And then we're going to make our way down so that we can hit the next elite eventually. It's a really nice way to just like hit all of the elites, to just kind of go ahead and get a lot of equipment going. And then of course I can still replace it later if I really want to. So I guess here I'm just going to be playing all of the upgrade cards. And then let's see, 2, 3 of them are going to attack me. I guess I'll just play my shield over here, because otherwise I'm going to be taking quite a bit of damage. And then I'll also activate this one right here, so I can get even more shield going. Because of course it does give me a shield based on how much damage I did with my skill. There we go, 0 damage, some counterattacks in, very nice. Oh, there we go, counter applies to all enemies. I think, actually, wait, let me read this real quick. I did get Storm of Bitter Cold. So, every time I gain a shield, I'm gonna get 1 counter. I already have 5 counterattack, actually. So never mind, I'm only gonna get hit 3 times, so I don't have to care about that. Or well, I would have gotten hit 3 times if I didn't kill that one enemy. But yeah, I do wish it was kind of a better way to kind of keep track of how many like counterattack stacks you have, instead of just always having to go look into the menu. I know it sometimes shows up on the buff bar, but sometimes you just have too many buffs and then you don't really see like how much you actually have got going. And for a character like her, I do feel like it's important. I think I'm gonna save my gold for when we hit the rest stop, where we can get the gear from the vendor, which is very soon. So I don't really want to spend my gold too much, and maybe I'll just buy a lot from the final shop that we have access to. I guess this card does really stay at 0, that's really nice. Right, so we get those things going. We're not going to be taking damage, so I'm just going to be playing these. And then I guess I will just give myself a shield to get myself counterattack, because I'm not sure if that actually expires at the end of the turn. Counterattack -1 when the effect triggers. No, it does not. Okay. That's really nice. I guess I can just like give myself some shields for the sake of just giving myself shields. And then I can just rack up a bunch of counter stacks for when I then need them. Which in this case he's gonna attack me, so I don't actually have a shielding skill this time, which is kind of unfortunate. Is it worth breaking him? I don't think it is. Yeah, I guess we're just going to be taking some damage. Not the end of the world. I'm also very close to a rest stop in case I do need the extra HP. So we'll be fine over there. Oh, Glacial Fist. Okay, let's see what we get. This can turn into something quite nice. Deal a lot of defense-based damage. This makes it cheaper. Or increase action count by 3. Does this actually give me 3 action points? I don't think so, right? Actually, it might. I'm gonna try and take this, because this is quite an expensive skill to use. And I'm kind of curious to see if this will give me more points. However, I have a feeling it might make the enemy's action count go higher. Gain 1 counterattack. This is so good for Magna. So I think I'll just give it to her, actually, because otherwise she doesn't have any equipment yet. But I do wish I could have switched it on to Magna without any issues. Alright, last fight before we then head into the boss fight. Start with Strike of Darkness. We'll use our upgrades. I've got so many upgrades, man, it's kind of crazy. And then over here, boom, big damage. And then I guess I will just play my Dirge Bullets, because nothing else to spend it on. Alright, let's try this out. Is this gonna make the boss go to... Yeah, okay, it does. So it increases the action count of the enemy. It doesn't give me more attack points. That's a little bit unfortunate. I guess I should have taken another upgrade. But, oh well. Something that we learn, and then we move on, and we can apply it to the next run. Here we can kind of go ahead and kill this. Oh, never mind. We get special enemy. Now, I do know that you can do a dice roll. As you can see here, fear. I can dice roll. If I hit 10, I can escape. However, I kind of want to see what happens when we kill these things. So I'm going to be using these. I'm going to keep this around, I think, for next run. Yes, I will. so that I can kind of see if I can maybe get some extra dirge bullets. Because I do want to buff the damage a bit more. Right, it seems that I'm kind of doing okay here. Oh, alright, cool. 1 cost damage up. I think... Wait, let's see. How many dirge bullets can I pull from this? Because this skill does give me a bunch of dirge bullets if they are somewhere in my deck or in my graveyard. So we got 1 extra, so let's do this. This gets bonus damage per dirge bullet in my hand. Of course, it does discard the dirge bullets, but that is fine because it also means that they will be played. I'll also heal here and take some damage reduction, just in case to kind of play it safe. I don't think I will need another ult to kind of take care of this enemy, because it seems that we're going through it quite quickly. There we go, third bullet, and then I think I can just kill him right here. Yes, we can. Alright, let's see what we get from this boss. Do we get something special? Oh, wait. That seems kind of nice. When taking stress, reduced by 1. Big defense. Okay, I'm going to give that to Magna. Now I'm kind of happy I didn't give the previous equipment to her, because 12% defense is, I think, way better than just getting some flat defense. Now, do I want the random event, or do I want to fight something? I think I'm going to go for the event. See if I can maybe get something nice out of this. What is he going to give us? Delicious filthy thoughts. Give them to me. Let's see. So, equipment. Soul Orb. Gain 1 action point for the first time a card is exhausted each battle. Oh, wait, it's battle. So I think that only happens once. Gain curse card in Epiphany or obtain Picky Palette. Exhaust 1 card from hand, heal. I think I'll just take Schizophrenia, which I believe if I had this card before, it's actually not too bad. Yeah, I can just exhaust this. It's just 1 cost that I have to spend on it. And then hopefully... never mind. Okay, we didn't get the card I was hoping for. I was hoping for the card that will give me dirge bullets every time that I, what's it called again? Discard some cards. But sadly enough, didn't get that. Alright, let's see what we got in the shop. We get Camouflage, which I don't want. Start the turn, gain action points equal to Outbreak of War. That I'm definitely going to take, as it means that on turn 1, we can actually do some extra, because I do have at least 1, I believe. Gain shield, gain 1 action point. Yes, please. I'll take that too. And then we still have some money left. Now, Gladiator's Helm. Don't really care about that one too much. Okay, let's refresh the shop. See if we can get something good. Let's see. Gain 1 damage reduction at the start of battle. Don't really think I care about that too much, do I? Nah, I do not. Let's see. Tactical upgrade. Increases damage by 15% against targets with a shield. Don't think we're going to be fighting shielded enemies, so don't care about that. Hidden bullet. This is just going to give me some more damage, so I'll just give that to her. And then I guess we leave the shop. I could take the training, but I'm going to reduce my stress level just in case. Doesn't really... I don't think I'm going to be hitting like a mental breakdown this run. But we'll see. Just in case, playing it safe. We're at the end, so I don't really want to mess it up now. Alright, let's use our upgrades. I guess I can use this one now too. Oh wait, actually, no, it's not going to do anything. I can use that one, because that card also does more damage based on how many dirge bullets I have in my hand. There we go, end the turn. I'm just playing the shield cards so that I can get myself some extra counter stacks. Let's use this. This gives me an extra action point. Do I actually need it? Yes, I don't really need it, do I? Some extra damage here. This is going to hit me quite hard, isn't it? Yeah, about 60 damage. So I guess I will use this regardless, so that I can just get a bigger shield. To make sure that I don't take too much damage this turn. Well, or 0 in this case. And because we had enough. Oh, and we get an upgrade on this. What do we get? Cards with 1, with cost below 1 have more damage. Don't have that. Having an Outbreak of War is kind of nice. Having 0 is also kind of nice, but I'll go with Outbreak of War. It won't really impact this current run anymore, which is a bit sad. But at least it will impact the next one. Let's use this skill, otherwise I'm losing it next turn. This is a heal, which I don't need, so I'll just do some more damage. There we go. He's not attacking me anyways. He's going to be healing a bunch though. Unfortunate. Now he is going to do a big hit. So I'm just going to put up a big shield. Do I care about this? I don't think so, right? How much is this? Nah, it's only 60 damage. And then we'll use this. I'm going to keep around Resolute Assault in case I pull an extra Dirge Bullet or something. Maybe I'll keep it around for when I get to use my my ult. Actually, never mind. I pulled 2. Alright, use this. Let's see what we get with this. Apply 1 vulnerable, gain 1 damage reduction, or gain 2 fortitude. I think I'll apply the vulnerable. That sounds nice. And then I can use this to do a bunch of extra damage. Shoot the 2 Dirge Bullets as well. How many counter do I have? Let's see. Only 3. That's not a whole lot, is it? I'll just wait it out. Because I was thinking to use my ultimate. But I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, that depending on how much counter stacks I have, that does deal bonus damage. But I also just realized that we just spend our 3 counters because the boss hit me 3 times. Wait, do I care about this? This is 120 shield. This is 140 shield. So I'm going to use this instead. And then do it. Well, actually, never mind. We just killed the boss anyways. It didn't matter. I was like, how am I gonna, like, shield myself up for this attack? But there was no need for it. Let's see, which cards do I want to duplicate? I think I'm gonna take this one, the hand-to-hand combat. This one seems kind of like a nice card. So I'll keep that around. Inflict 1 agony on single target attack. You know what, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna give that to Magna. I feel like Magna's got quite a nice build going with the equipment that she has. And then we'll skip the Chaos Loot, because we can't get it anyways, because I've already exhausted all of my points. But I feel like this was kind of a nice run for Magna. And yeah, we can just keep the save file and keep it around for some other content. Oh yes, wow, look at that, 38,000. That is by far the best save file that I have. In terms of like, how big it is at least. Not quite sure if it's actually going to be better than some of the other builds that I've had, maybe. But that's gonna do it for this run. I do have a couple other runs planned later down the line as well. But for now, that's gonna do it for me. So I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.